Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and let's talk about an Echo foot. And you can get these for almost any make or model of sewing machines, your domestics and your sit-down machines. The Echo foot is the sewing machine foot that sort of looks like a little saucer. It has this little round shape, so it's a little bit more like a bowl or a saucer that you'd have a teacup on. We have a flat surface, but then the edges roll up a bit. That shape makes it run over seams very easily, so it'll go over that seam and around. The one from my Bernina does have a spring on it, and that will definitely make it easier to go over top of the seams. This is an excellent foot to do free motion quilting because you can see through it. It also will have little marks around that circle, and some will have more than one marking. That makes this foot the ideal foot to do echo quilting. Echo quilting is stitching that is going to go round an object, then you're going to go back around your original stitching. So you're going to have the same shape over and over again, getting larger and larger as you go out. And the markings on this foot will make that echo quilting a lot easier. We will not need to mark the quilt. We'll be able to use the lines on that foot. So we're going to stitch around the one shape, then we're going to go back over, follow a line on that foot, and it goes all the way around. So it won't matter how we have to turn this foot. We're going to be able to go around that shape. It also has a cross line in it if we need to center things in there. This foot number is 44C for my Bernina 790, and it does have that little chip in the top. And you can get the same foot without this and for other machines. We will still need to drop the feed dogs because we are free motion, but this is giving some markings. I've put a piece of tape and I've marked the tape so you can see those lines. They're easy to see when you're at the machine, but I don't think the camera will pick them up. So you're going to want to follow those lines. So I'm going to be able to keep that foot straight. I won't have to turn the fabric because I will be able to use those lines. So I'm going to be able to stitch, and those lines will come right to where I need, and then I'm going to be able to follow them. So I'm going to use that outside line. It's free motion, so I'm moving the fabric, and I'm just going to follow that outside line or that outside circle. And you can see as I go around, you're going to be able to change the area that you're looking. At the beginning, I was looking at this area, and then as I went around my circle, I'm following the rest of that line. Stitch over until you get to that line, and I now can follow my stitching line. So I have echoed this curve. So each row is going to be the same, and I've been able to follow that curve. If your project's small enough, of course, you can always turn it. But if it's a big project, you won't be able to turn it as much, so it's good that we're able to read the entire circle. This is a fun way to quilt because you did not have to do any marking. We're just following a shape on that quilt. A lot of times when we quilt, we need to look at the needle because we're following a pattern that we drew or a design. But in this case, we're not looking at the needle. We need to look at the markings on the foot and following a previous stitch line or a pattern on the quilt. After a while, you won't look at that needle anymore. Your eyes will automatically go to the markings around the foot. And you're going to be able to quilt beautiful things doing that echo quilting around your designs. It is a quick way of quilting because we don't need to mark our quilts. And thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe and come on back. Let's see what we're talking about next time in the sewing room. Bye for now.